Family, what's going on? It's Coach Paul, your 30 plus dating and relationship coach. It's good to be with you all today. Now, listen, today I have something very, very special. I have Cretia and Maurice here. We're going to just kind of talk about relationships. Ladies, I've always told you guys that relationships are happening everywhere. People are falling in love, people are meeting their person, but a lot of times it just takes time and it takes you actually knowing what you want. And I told you for throughout this year of 2024, I'm going to bring you couples that I think can encourage you and just give you some tools and some insight into how to actually meet a person that you want to be involved with, and then how to make it work. Okay, so I want to welcome Cretia and Maurice here today. How you guys doing?
Good. Oh, we're doing good.
Yeah, we super good.
Okay, cool. So first of all, just to kind of get started, kind of give us some background on a little bit about you and a little about you, Maurice, and then we're going to kind of get into how y'all met, and we're going to go from there.
Okay, so I am Lucretia. I'm currently in the Army right now. I'm a mom of 3, and I'm a mom of 2 bonus babies with my husband. So I'm from Virginia, raised in Louisiana by a single mom. So yeah.
I'm Reese. I'm from Philly. I got 5 kids, like 20 something nephews and all that. Got a big family. I'm from Philly. Did I say that already?
Yeah, you
I
already
did
said
say
that. That's
that
cool.
already. Well, I'm in the Army too.
Now you've been in the Army now for how long?
I've been in the Army for 9 years. I was
Okay.
in the Navy for 4 years before that, and I switched over. I had like a little break, took a little break from it, and I just realized that I liked it. I went back to doing it.
Cool.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to tell y'all.
That's good. That's
We're
good.
gonna get into it, I guess.
Definitely. So that's good. So let me ask you a question. Just jump right in. So you guys have been married. Y'all are married. How long y'all been married now?
We've been married going on 4 years and together going on 5 years.
And what are your ages again?
I'm 35 and he's 36.
See this. Listen to this. 35, 36. So it doesn't really matter about the age. Okay, people are finding their people. Okay, let's keep that in mind. So 35, 36. So how did you know? How did this whole thing come about? How did y'all end up meeting each other and decide that y'all want to kind of like be together?
So I was in the Navy too prior, and actually we were on the same ship. I was ship's company, and he was um, squadron. So we did not know each other then. And then I got out for a while, and then I came into the Army, and we went to school for our job in the Army. And I just met him walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, "Oh, his uniform looks nice. Let me just turn around and talk to him." And
Let's be clear. Okay, let's. So you saw him, and you decided to turn around and talk to him.
Yes, so I was walking by myself. I didn't have a car when we were in school, and I was trying to find out where to go eat at. And I turned around and I was like, "Oh, he looks nice. His uniform is put together. I like the way he looked. So let me just ask him a question." So I just asked him like, "Hey, do you know where we can go eat at?" And then that's how we started talking.
Now, for all of the ladies that say a woman should never approach a man, okay, I told you I never agree with that, and it's not necessarily that she approached him from the aspect of pursuing him. She just kind of like opened the door to let him know there was a little bit of interest, right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So when she came in and said something to you, how did that make you feel, and what was the next steps you took?
I was like, "Oh, we got one on the hook, baby. You got a biter." We was walking, we was just minding our business. It's organically happened, like this. We both was headed to the same place. We like it didn't start off as anything, it wasn't going to be like a relationship kind of thing. We just having a normal conversation. Just naturally happened. But I think it's definitely a good idea that women should approach men a little bit more, especially now in this day and age, because if a man just walk up to if I just that did the opposite thing to her,
Right.
and she maybe wasn't interested in me, she gonna look at me like I'm crazy for trying to talk to her.
Most definitely.
For no reason. So like her initiating a conversation with me let me know that she's comfortable.
So you wasn't turned off by that at all?
No, absolutely not.
Now let me ask you: is there ever a time that a woman can approach a man that you feel like it would turn you off, and why?
I don't know. Most of the time, no. I mean, maybe like if she were like all her friends and all that.
Yeah.
Because if she were a bunch of girls, they gon' be in the way. way.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's more of I think this should be like a be by yourself kind of thing.
Okay.
Because they over there giggling or they got
become a
they
distraction.
stay sidebar. Like
Yeah.
it's not productive to you starting a relationship, in my opinion.
Okay, cool.
Or it's not even a relationship, but starting to try to meet somebody.
Right.
It's going to be harder. Would it be like your friend more?
Right.
It's just a distraction. You
Right.
just want it to be you and that person.
So once you guys met and y'all made that initial contact, what happened after that? How did y'all kind of begin to move forward? Like, what happened next?
So, like you said, we were in the same class. So that we went ate that day. Like we went and got lunch together. I mean, it was
the same day.
Yeah, that same day we ate lunch together.
Hold on, did you ask her for lunch? Or how did that work?
We was already going to lunch.
Okay,
she was trying to figure out where to go eat. So I was like, oh, we could go over here and get food over here. We went to some place and they had like some Polish hot dog. We ate. He was like, no, we don't want that. We went to another spot. We ate over there. And we just hung out. We were just really just eating lunch together because we already in class, so it's not even weird for us to be spending that time together. And we just kept hanging out after that. Like we ate lunch that day, and then like literally like every day from
y'all were together from that point
together.
on.
I've been with her since every day since.
Wow. So have there ever been a time, Cretia, when you felt like that you guys were spending too much time together, or did you feel like it was just such a vibe that you wanted to be with him?
I never felt like it was too much time spent together. It was just like a vibe, like we were having fun. But again, when we met, it was just me and him. So when we was starting to bring our kids in, it happened so fast that kind of made me nervous because I'm used to it being just me and my son before I had the twins. That made me nervous, and then he was bringing his 2 kids in, so that made me nervous. And I thought about like, dang, is this happening too fast? But again, it was just so organic, and we were just vibing so good. I was just like, I got to take a chance.
Right. So now, Maurice, so what was it about Cretia? Because I know, men, single men, good looking man, you could have probably been doing a lot of stuff. What was it about her that made you say, you know what, she's the one? I definitely want to settle down with her.
She had all the things that I lacked. Like, she complimented the things that I wasn't good at. Like all the, she's very organized. I'm chaos. Like everything with me is like, the only thing I make plans for is money. So she was like all the decorating. Let's take a trip, because I would stay in the house and play video games forever and be fine with it. I don't have a problem with it. Like, she makes me go out more, even though I like going out, but I don't crave it as much. But then when we do go out, I realize like, oh dang, we did need to do that. Like we had fun. We needed to go do it. Go to like smoke cigars.
So for you, she was more domestic. You like the domestic side of her?
Yeah, and I mean, also like, she was what I needed at the time anyway. Because I was like, I was just sick of being out here just running the streets. At the time before I met her, I was kind of wilding out a little bit. Like, I was doing a lot, so I needed to settle down a little bit. And she just came at the perfect time, like when I feel like I needed her to come. So,
okay. So one of the things I always talk to women about is when a man knows, he knows, right? Yeah. At what point how long did it take before, if y'all being together and spending time together, did you just really say to yourself, yeah, I'm going to marry her?
Probably in like the first like 2 or 3 months, honestly. Like
the first 2 or 3 months. Hold on.
So I already kind of already knew that she was the kind of woman that I could be with.
Wow. In like, 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it happened for us pretty like fast. We was moving fast.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of times when it's the successful relationships, they happen fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it goes both ways. It either goes well and it could like stays a successful relationship, or crash and burn.
Yeah.
When it happens fast. So it's 2 sides to that sword, if you ask me. But I feel like for us, we moved fast, and we both knew what we wanted, and we was older anyway. So like I already knew what I was looking for, and she met all the marks.
The beautiful thing about this is that it just happened. It was like a real organic meeting. That's the beautiful thing. It's like a lot of people don't think that it could just happen like that. So, Cretia, as you spending time with him, when did you know that this would be the person you probably would definitely want to be your husband?
Like he said, I knew what I wanted off the jump. I took time to find out what I wanted for me, coming out of relationship that just I knew wasn't for me. So I took that time, and I say at the 2 week mark, I was telling my mom, I think I'm gonna move to North Carolina with him. Just 2 weeks. We was 2 weeks in, and he asked me to be his girl. And then I was like, I think I'm gonna take a chance on moving in with him. And she said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes." And that's exactly what I did.
Wow.
And ever since then, I knew once I brought my child around me, which was the most important thing, I knew this is where I wanted to be.
So before you met him, you were really already mentally ready. Which is crazy because you were young, you were in the military, so you're doing your thing, but you were already mentally ready to be in a relationship.
Yes, because I had just came out of an 8-year relationship, and it didn't get me nowhere. And in that time, I kind of build on like what I liked and what I didn't like, what I was gonna deal with and what I wasn't gonna deal with. And so that break in between that relationship and meeting Maurice is when I took the time to really like write down what I wanted. Like, I know this may sound cliche, but like manifest what I wanted in a man, and I had to see like what I would deal with, like what was negotiables and what were non-negotiables for me. And the non-negotiables, I wasn't going to move away from that, and he did it.
Wow. So between the first relationship and the time you met him, what space of time did you give yourself to work on you?
3 years.
Oh, so you were single for 3 years?
3 years.
Wow. And what were you doing in that? I mean, in that 3 year span, were you dating anyone, getting to know anybody, or you were just strictly just focused on you?
No, I was having conversation with people. I was going out on dates with people, but I was also finding myself because I felt like before him and before my 8-year relationships, I was going from relationship to relationship to relationship to try to find out what worked for me and what didn't work for me. And I was younger too. I was just having fun. And so in that between time, I did date, of course, because I'm a woman and I have needs and I like to have conversation and go look nice or whatever. And I took that time, but I also took more time dating myself. I dated myself a lot in that process.
Wow. Interesting. So now fast forward to y'all deciding that y'all going to be together, y'all moving together. Like, how did the whole process come from that point to y'all actually being married? Like, what was what happened in that point of time? Was there any preparation that you needed to do on your part, Maurice?
As far as
did you feel like you were ready to be a husband, or was there some things you felt like you needed to do first, or were you just ready to dive right in?
I feel like I'm not the perfect husband right now. It's always something we could be improving upon.
That's good.
But I was ready to try. Like I was willing to make myself vulnerable for her.
Yes.
Because let somebody move into you and come into you, because I don't like to let people in my space like that.
Yeah, man, we don't open up like that.
So I was willing to let her into my life that way. And that's what it takes for a man, because it ain't that we don't want to be married. Everybody think we don't want to be married and all that, which a lot of times, truth be told, there's no benefit for us to get married. So you gotta want to be with that person. Like we ain't just walking around like, oh yeah, like we need to get married. It's not a marker for a man. Like, oh, I gotta get married by this time. Gotta have kids.
Yeah.
It's when we ready to do it. We ready to do it. But I was ready to do it with her. Like, it wasn't. So I didn't really have to prepare myself. I was just ready to give it a shot and I thought that me and her could make it work. And we were good for each other.
Now, being that y'all been married for how long now?
Going on 4 years.
4 years. So y'all been married for 4 years, and Maurice says you look out and you see today's men, right? And you're in a relationship. What do you think when you look at men and how we move today? What are some things you think, some improvements men need to make to be able to be in stronger relationships and to be more of leaders in a relationship?
Communication, I guess, and just saying what you'll deal with and what you won't deal with. Honestly, you'll draw lines, because a lot of us don't draw lines. We just go with the flow, or we'll just we won't say nothing about stuff we got a problem with, like,
Mm-hmm.
or we don't know how to say we got a problem with something the way that for our partner to receive it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I might a lot of times me and her, we get into stuff and I don't, the way I communicate it, it's not what I'm saying, it's the way I'm saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what might cause the argument, or
Mm-hmm.
not. I don't want to say argument, but it might cause an issue to arise.
Right.
From what I'm saying, like I don't. It's a way that I tell her I don't like what she's wearing.
Right.
Which I rarely have to tell her that.
Right. Right.
But like I don't have to be like, hey, go take that shit off, blah blah blah. I could be assertive about that without the communication for us is like been the most. It has been what made our relationship the most successful.
Wow. Communication.
It's like to me, it's up there with trust.
Right.
Like it's like the most important thing in your relationship is like communicating. Not only problems and dislikes, but what's going well.
Yeah. Encouraging one another. Yeah.
I do a bad job with that.
Yeah.
I'm not like a real encouraging person. I try to be, but it's not like it's not me.
Gotcha.
But I try to like have a force and function for me to try to help.
But the fact you're a man though, and you know there's some things you need to work on, and you're willing to work on, I think is a benefit to any relationship. To have problems or have situations, and you just the person to say, well, this is just who I am, this is who I'm gonna be, and I ain't changing for nobody.
Yeah.
That's when I think issues start to come in. So, Cretia, what is it about being married that you love the most?
I just love having somebody to come home to, like somebody I know that I can depend on. If I don't have nobody else in the world, I got my husband. Like I enjoy it. I enjoy having somebody I know I can go hang with. I know that I can tell my problems to. I know I can trust them with everything. That's just the best part for me.
Yeah. And Maurice, what is it about being a husband that you like the most?
This my friend. This is my best friend right here. So like I don't have to like I can lean on her for everything.
Yeah.
Everything that I need, I can get it from her.
Yeah.
Obviously you got other friends and all that, but I think us because before we started, even though it happened quick, before we started, like made it official that we was together, we was friends first. We were just hanging out. It wasn't just us. It was us, and we had other like friends that we were in school with. Like we all hung out together,
right?
And like we was all friends, but I was closer with her than the rest of them,
right?
Like so, I think the best part about being a husband is if your partner is your friend, that you live with your best friend.
Yeah, definitely.
See, like you get to. Like I genuinely enjoy hanging out with my wife. Like,
That's
I
amazing.
want to be with her.
That's amazing.
Like so, it ain't like it's not forced. I mean, there's some shit that she forced me to do, and I'd be like,
that comes with the territory. That comes with the territory. Yeah,
but,
for real.
Compromise, I guess, is part of it. Part of this too. So,
definitely. So, Cretia, what are some things that you could tell and help encourage women who are single and wanting to have what you have or have a good relationship? What are some things you can tell them to encourage them, especially when in that pattern of waiting or working on themselves?
I would say learn to date yourself. That's a big thing, because if you don't know what you like, how can you tell your partner when you do get that person what you like or what you want to do or what's non-negotiable for you? And also get away from, oh, my grandma, the husband used to pay all the bills and da da da. We don't. I mean, there are things that I like to keep traditional.
Right.
Yeah, those are things I like to keep. Those are things I like to keep traditional.
Let it be clear. He said, let it be clear. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. I get it.
No. I don't do 50-50. I don't believe in that, but I don't believe in the wife staying home and you just sit on your tail and then the husband go make all the money, because I like to have my money for myself.
Yeah.
So I do like to keep some things traditional, but we have to get away from, oh, my grandma did this. This was way back when. Like, we don't. I mean, things are different now. You can go out and work as a woman and make the same amount of money or more.
Right.
So get away from that. But just dating yourself really is the biggest thing.
Well, let me say that because you I don't want to open up this can of worms, but since you said that, I want to ask you this question. So, just say that you did make more money than Maurice. I don't know y'all finances. We ain't talk about that, but I'm just saying hypothetically, you did make more money than Maurice. How would because a lot of times when women make more money than men, the respect they don't have the same amount of respect from. What would you say about that?
Right now, actually, we may be in the process of that now. Like, because I'm getting ready. I'm going to school to be a doctor, and he's still in the Army. So, but that's not a thing. I don't think that's the forefront of our relationship. Is like who makes the most, whatever. We both just like, oh, we're gonna have more money to travel. It's our money.
Yeah.
That's how we look at it. It's like our money. Like we have an account that has our bills to come out, and then we have a separate account for our whatever we want to do with it. If my husband needs something and I got more money to pay for it, I don't mind pulling out my card and paying for it. That don't bother me. This my man. I'm not trying to impress nobody else. I don't have to impress nobody. This my husband. So if I
probably let her pay for
it. So, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind with my husband.
So Maurice, okay, how as a man, right, and a woman makes more money, how as a man do you still maintain who you are and you comfortable with it, you cool with it, and you still know who you are, what position you hold in that relationship? Because a lot of men get intimidated when their woman make more money than them.
I feel like I don't. My money is not the value that I bring to her. Like, I make a little bit more money than her, but I don't make that much more money. But she's not with me because I pay all her bills.
Ooh, I love that. I love that.
We're not together for that.
Yes.
So like if you was looking for that for me, then we wouldn't have never got this far. Because I was talking to other people before I met her, and you could tell right away if that's the vibe. But it's like, now I think that money is important because everybody know that's like the number one reason why relationships don't work out. It's finances. People can't get together, get it right with the money. But that shouldn't be your driving force for your relationship. You shouldn't be out here looking like for. Of course, I ain't saying go out here and get a broke nigga.
Right.
Don't go get a broke.
No, it's okay.
Broke man. I don't know. I might be a little bit. I don't know if it's PG.
He's from Philly. This Philly talking right.
PG or not. But I ain't saying go get a broke man. But it shouldn't be like as long as that man got a job and he not gonna have you paying the mortgage.
Yeah.
While he in the house eating all of your fruit snacks.
Yeah.
And playing your baby PlayStation and all that. Then as long as he going to work every day or he's striving to make himself better or help you get what you need to get and taking care of the family, he doing what you expecting out of your man.
Yeah.
Then money can't be the number one priority.
The driving force for the whole thing. For
everything.
Nowadays,
I don't care. I want her to make more money than me.
Right.
Like go ahead and make more money than me. Honestly, it's motivation for me. Like,
yeah.
All right, you getting it like that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I need to start getting it like that. I need to get it, let me pick it up and get some money somewhere else. It's not competition, but it's like, all right, well, shit, we could do more. All right, let's get it together then. There's no reason why I should be mad that she's making more money than me or vice versa. If I was making more money, she wouldn't be mad. She wouldn't care.
I like what you said, though, when you said that that's not the main value because nowadays everything is about finances. Now, does finances matter? Yeah, finances matter. We got to, I could love you, but if the lights ain't on, that love going to be, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But so you said it's big in it. So what do you think is one of the main things, one of the key ingredients, and I want both of y'all to answer this question. What do you think is one of the main key ingredients that makes a relationship healthy and last?
Friendship.
Friendship.
Like you gotta want to be around that person, and then I would say friendship because when relationships first start, it's like all this passion, that honeymoon phase. That shit go away.
Yeah.
If you ain't like that person and all you was going off of, but they were sexy, or they had a nice car. Or, the superficial stuff that's the surface stuff. It ain't going to last. I think you got to be friends with that person and actually want to be around that person.
Wow.
And I ain't perfect. She sees stuff about me all the time that she might not have known from the beginning, but my pros outweigh some of those cons.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's
dope.
What for me.
Communication for me, I have to be able to tell you what I like and what I don't like. And I have to be able to, you have to be able to receive what I like and don't like. And if you don't receive it, how can we fix it so that you can receive it? What can you receive so I can get my point across and you get your point across, we can move forward and make it better.
Right.
That's the big one for me.
Communication. And I think that's communication is a difficult thing between men and women, right? So what was the one thing that y'all had to do to kind of get y'all communication lined up to where y'all could be successful communicators? What was the adjustments that y'all needed to make? Because I'm sure y'all didn't just start out being great communicators.
For me, well, I think for both of us, it was like the way that we said the things that we said, like, cause you can be talking to your friend, you can tell them, I don't like that outfit, and they may, girl, be quiet, whatever. But the way that I'm talking to my husband, this is a different person. I gotta tell him what I like in a way that I know that he'll receive. I have to come down to his language of communication. Really, it's like you got to learn your partner's language in the thing, because communication ain't the same across the board for everybody. The way you receive it and the way I receive it may be two totally different things. So you got to learn your partner's communication skills.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So I gave y'all we gave y'all a little bit of conversation about this relationship, and ladies and gentlemen that listen to this, because I think men can get something from this as well by seeing a man who's actually committed to his wife and to his family. Is there anything any last words y'all want to kind of give to the people to kind of, help encourage them and to be able to hold out until they meet their person?
Why you looking at me? I mean, I don't know how many.
Especially to the men. I think the men, yeah. What
men are like? I mean, it's some of us out here that's really looking for a person. It's usually, we ain't looking for that in our 20s, maybe like some 30s. A lot of men ain't looking for that. I know when I was 20, I ain't really want to be married. Like I was enjoying life, and I wasn't ready anyway. So I would say give it a shot when you are ready, because a lot of what I've noticed is like we got a bunch of hot girls. Some,
yeah.
It's a lot of that going on out here. So y'all, if y'all want to be hot girl summer, just realize that the men are going to treat you accordingly.
No doubt.
So
no doubt.
Go ahead and you could be sexy red and city girls and all that. You're going to get treated accordingly.
One of the things I always say, and I believe this with everything with me, sex outside of true commitment is really overrated.
Yeah,
there's no real fulfillment in it.
No.
You just one thing, because in that moment everything is good, but after the moment's over, there's emptiness because I can't give you my whole self, right? And that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, we play these games early on in our life, but it comes a point that we got to kind of say, you know what, I need more. Especially when you get 30s, 40s, who wants to keep running around doing the same thing and over? But what would you say to the women?
I would just say, this is more from a physical standpoint. When you're trying to find somebody, it does not mean you got to go out with the shortest dress, the highest heels, the longest weave, all the makeup. Like, if the man is for you, he gonna want you whether you got some sweats on, whether you got a sexy dress on, whether you got the longest weave, whether you got your nails done, whether they not done. He gonna want you. And when you go out on these dates, don't go out with the intention like, this gonna be my husband, because then you just gonna start overlooking everything that's wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go out and you gotta be open and willing to, see what these red flags are that these people are talking about, or these green flags or whatever like that, and just be comfortable when you go out. Be comfortable in you, and that does not mean that you have to be naked to be comfortable with you. That's men and women, because these men will come out and they got, I got to show her I got all this money and I got to talk about all this money. You don't have to do that. I don't want to hear that. That's actually a turnoff. For you to tell me how much money you got. I don't care about that. I don't personally. So, yeah, just be comfortable.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate y'all for doing this interview. I definitely think it's going to help a lot of people. For all of my viewers, I pray that y'all look at this, watch it over and over again. take the nuggets away from it, and just know that eventually, if you really want, I always say whatever you're seeking is seeking you. If you have a heart and a mind towards relationships, I really believe there's only a matter of time. She was just walking down the street and met her guy, but she did something with that encounter, and so did he. So make sure you're opening yourself up, you're remaining open body language, that you're approachable. Okay, that, you smiling, stop frowning all the time. Somebody come up, y'all. you know. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for doing this interview with me. This is Coach Paul. We'll be talking to you all soon. Take care.